Unfortunately, the Opie and Anthony show is over. Fortunately, we have a hard time letting go. The stories behind the stories. The backstage drama. Everything that made today unforgettable. Call 866-WOW-1-WOW now. And look back on another legendary day of broadcasting. This is the Opie and Anthony Post Show with Sam Roberts.
Yes, it is. Welcome. We're in the pre-show studio today. I'm all mixed up. Back in the closet studio that we broadcast the pre-show out of because there's a staff meeting happening in the main studio. I guess I'm not needed for that. It's probably a bad sign. 86. Although, I gotta be honest, I'd far prefer spending this time with you guys, the listeners, than any of those jamokes in there. 866-WOW-1-WOW. 866-969-1969. We'll have our own staff meeting here. We don't need them. They can have their No Homers Club. The cool kids are going to hang out in this little production studio for a little while. As we wrap up what happened today on the Opie and Anthony show, it was a good show. I don't know. If I had to pick a theme for today's show, of course, Billy Connolly, always great on the show, and really cool to get a sense of history in comedy. Just hearing him talking about performing at clubs where he was expected to be a musician and a comedian. Like, he'd be performing songs and then telling jokes. Not only do people not do that now, but I feel like if they did, they'd kind of be laughed out of the place. Like, they'd be like, what are you doing here? You either sing or you tell jokes. That shit's not funny. That sounds like a good song. And then, like, that joke's not funny. Or that's a terrible song. Get back to jokes, whichever one it is. But it's very cool to hear the experiences of Billy Connolly and the fact that he's keeping up. I mean, he may become, to me, the foremost Olympic expert of the Opie and Anthony channel. So always fun to have him in. Let's find out what the line of the day was today, Sal.
Here comes the line of the day.
I'm a cattle hauler. I've been doing it for 10 years.
Hauler.
Drives E-Rock to work.
Was that your line, Sal?
Yep.
Got to get in your little E-Rock shot there. Got it. E-Rock took some shots today. E-Rock took some stray bullets. I love looking through this window right now and looking into the staff meeting because it looks like Tim is yelling at people, and it's the staff and talent. But you're watching everybody's meeting face. I've never seen anybody have a more confused meeting face than Eric Nagel. I don't think he realizes the effect that has on people. Like, if I were leading a meeting and I saw you, look at him, Sal. Like, if I saw that face looking back at me, I'd be like, that chubby boy has no fucking idea what I'm talking about right now. He couldn't be listening. You see him?
Yeah, it looks like someone's explaining, like, quantum physics to him.
Yeah, I mean, he couldn't look more lost. Kenny is he's counting sheep right now. Instead of what usually happens when people go to sleep is what Kenny's doing right now. He's just passing time. Travis looks like a rational human being. Roland, he looks like he's being scolded.
Well, Roland's awake, though.
Roland is awake.
That's good.
But he's got one hand clutching his arm, and he's got, like, his mouth. I've never seen his mouth so small. It's all, like, pursed up and everything into, like, a sad expression. Roland looks like he's at a funeral. Roland's got his head pointed down at the ground, and he's kind of got wide eyes, but he's not making eye contact with anything specific, and they're watery. And I don't think Roland's getting yelled at right now, because I'm pretty sure he wouldn't call a meeting for everybody if that's what the case was. Travis just excused himself from the meeting, because he probably got the gist. E-Rock is still confused, and Opie and Anthony are sitting in there going, it's 10:43 and 37 seconds, 38 seconds, 39 seconds. Mars is in there like, oh, I hope you didn't notice I've been out for the last month. So there's a whole meeting going on right before our eyes. I wish I could pot up the audio, but I'm sure I'd get fired. Maybe that's what the meeting's about anyway. 866-WOW-1-WOW if you want to call into the post show. 866-969-1969. And let's hear what some of the staff's clip of the day was. I think I'm looking at the times in here. Why don't we just start with Roland, who decided to half-ass this thing?
Sure.
All right.
Just go with the flow.
It was so-
Let the guy talk about his dead granny.
Exactly. And if everyone gets a hard on, so be it.
That's it. That's it.
It's a joke, and it happened 10 minutes ago. Exactly. It's one of the worst clips of the day ever. Roland is in there. He looks sadder than ever. He really does. All these guys have... I don't even know how to play cards, and I would love to play poker with the staff of this show. It's the worst poker faces I've ever seen in my life. I wonder if they're getting a tongue lashing. I wonder if Tim is in there saying, look, the guest booking has been shit on this show. And Roland's just sad. I don't think he is, because it hasn't been shit, but... Whatever. Let's go to Lady Trucker, who's on line 1. I got it. Lady Trucker.
Good morning, Sam.
Good morning.
Is anybody actually taking notes at this meeting?
No, there's not one person writing a word down, no.
Okay.
That's why nothing gets done here, Lady Trucker. This will be another one of those meetings that, has the best intentions going in, but nothing comes from it, because nobody remembers. I'm describing to you the faces that are around this room. Let's find out. Sal, you give me your clip of the day. You're always good for one. How glad are you to be in here instead of in that meeting?
Dude, I'm so happy right now. You have no idea.
I wonder, and thank God everybody who'd yell at me for talking about the meeting is in the meeting. So it's I think I'm safe. Let's hear Sal's clip of the day today.
She's just spinning now, holding her one leg up, spinning like a little Russian top on one leg. And now she's got the leg lifted up in yoga pose, still spinning. Oh, she must be dizzy. Now she's backing up. She's still on the ice, going forward, spinning forward, back, spinning forward, arms up, arms down.
They don't call every move,
This
Jimmy.
is good stuff on the radio. All right,
Exactly.
zipping around, backwards, waving in a weird fit, spinning around, holding legs, spinning around, holding legs, spinning the other way, back, arms up, arms down, arm behind, spinning.
I wrote that one down too, because Jim Norton doing Olympic play-by-play was one of the funniest things that happened today. I got to applaud the Opie and Anthony show. Not that there was any doubt that this is exactly how it went down, but I got to applaud the fact that they have taken... I think the Olympics is totally boring by now. Maybe the first 2 days, it's like, oh, cool, they're doing sports on TV that we don't see every day. But 2 weeks is just way too much Olympics. Somehow, the Opie and Anthony show has made it so that the Olympics has maintained being interesting. Like, they've been able to talk about the Olympics almost every day. And the only place the Olympics isn't stale, to me, is the O&A show. Let's go to George. George in North Dakota.
Hey, Sam.
Yeah, buddy.
Hey, you going to put a part 2 to that podcast from yesterday? It just cut off at Amy Schumer. And that kind of was shitty because I didn't hear Louis C.K. or anything like that unless I just got a dumpster podcast app.
Does he have a dumpster iPod, Sal?
I did. This is the one podcast I did not edit.
And you're just in glee over it.
Oh, I love you so
well, the podcast this week is a shortened version of the original Patrice special, where we had every comedian you can think of in the studio all at one time. It was one of the funniest shows we've ever done. It was also one of the most emotional shows we've ever done. And it's a fantastic podcast, and I'm sure I'll find out after the show what was not put into that podcast, because the whole show from top to bottom was spectacular. So if there is stuff that we didn't put into that podcast, we definitely will. Let's hear, while Eric is, I think he's falling asleep in there. And Eric also has a knack. Anytime there's a meeting going on with like a boss, like Tim doesn't have meetings with us every day. This is a pretty important thing when Tim has meetings with us. Our boss's boss here at the channel. E-Rock always sits on the floor, and I don't know why a grown man would go into a meeting and sit on the floor. It's not going to make you look... I got to give E-Rock life coaching lessons. I want to see the poor kid shine. Let's hear what E-Rock's clip of the day was.
Michael, Orlando, Facebook.
Everyone just say hi.
Offensive words.
Yes,
That's you.
sir.
What's your name?
Michael Sanducci.
Oh, my God.
Oh, hi, Michael.
Hi, Michael.
I work for the human-assisted robotics branch at Facebook, and what we did, we made the algorithm that goes out and finds all those dirty words you use. Because, let me tell you, 15 years ago, I was in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, with Jim Norton riding 6-gear motorcycles, and he open-mouth kissed me.
Uh-huh. And what
And I
happened?
loved. And then we went and found a bunch of trannies, and they slapped us in the face with their big tranny black cocks.
Hold on, this guy could be legit.
Punch it out, guys. Love you guys. Love the show. Thank you. First time caller, long time listener.
Right, you fucking douchebag.
It was great. A couple prank calls got through today on the phones, didn't they? Didn't they, Adrian, the phone screening intern? You feel bad about that? What, two? I heard two on the air today. However, thank God Opie and Anthony and Jim have the talent to deal with it, because we certainly don't have that talent in our phone screening department. By the way, tomorrow's going to be a really big show. A really big show. I wish Roland and Eric weren't pretending to listen in this meeting right now. I wish they were in this room, because tomorrow is the big finale to the Roland and E-Rock Way Off. Dr. Ian Smith, I think he's going to be on the phone instead of in studio, but Dr. Ian Smith will be part of the segment tomorrow. We're going to find out. There's, I think, $1,100 on the line. Dr. Ian Smith has $500 on the line. Opie has $500 on the line. And Dr. Steve has $100 on the line. Originally, the challenge was who's going to lose more weight, Roland or E-Rock. Roland, halfway through this thing, abandoned Dr. Ian Smith's diet and has since jumped on board with some other diet and has shitted on Dr. Ian Smith at every chance he can get. I don't want to spoil anything, but I don't know if E-Rock is terribly happy with Ian Smith right now. So that's going to be a very interesting segment tomorrow. And I have a surprise guest. Every Friday, I've been coming at you with surprise guests. Tomorrow, there will be a surprise guest. And he's not Bobo. So I don't see how it could go wrong. But I think tomorrow is going to be a fun show. I don't have any theory. Who do you think has lost a bigger percentage of their body weight, Sal, Roland or E-Rock?
I'm going to say Roland because I see it more in Roland's face.
Yeah.
But I heard E-Rock was doing very well with his diet.
And you keep in mind, it's by percentage. So Roland has a lot more poundage to lose, because I believe they were 90 pounds different. If I remember correctly, it was E-Rock weighing in at 247 and Roland weighing in at 337. So we'll see how it goes tomorrow. Let's go to, before we head out, Rob in Boston.
Hey, Sam.
What's up, buddy?
Nothing. I actually just wanted to give you some props for actually having a decent post show today.
I don't usually?
Nah, well, this one's the best one I've heard so far.
You know why? I got all the fucking riffraff out of the room, and it's just me.
Good shit, man.
All right, buddy, I'll talk to you later.
Put it out.
How come nobody can ever, compliment me? It's always got to be, today you're good. Every other day, not so good. It's not fair. But if you do like me, we're changing the schedule a little bit. Every Sunday, I do the Sam Roberts Show. It's an interview show, and it's a great show. Early Bird Special. Tonight at midnight, you can hear the premiere of this week's Sam Roberts Show. My guests, Donald Faison from Scrubs and Clueless. And check this out, Christian Slater. I'm interviewing Christian Slater on the Sam Roberts Show this week, along with Donald Faison. That's going to be on this channel, the Opie and Anthony channel, tonight at midnight Eastern. So check that out, and we will see you for the big way off tomorrow. Goodbye, everybody.
Thanks for listening to Opie and Anthony and the Opie and Anthony Post Show. If you missed a minute, get it later today at SiriusXM.com/on-demand. Or stay tuned. Today's replay starts in minutes here on the Opie and Anthony channel.